Let's go JavaScripting! Hi everybody and welcome to another exciting edition of Boring JavaScript. I'm your host, the Virtuoid, aka Mike Smith, and today we're going to be taking a look at the find index method on arrays. Now if you caught my video from a couple weeks ago on the find method of arrays, you'll notice that that was a really easy method to use and it was a really short video. Well, guess what? This one's a really easy method to use and it's going to be a really short video. In general, it works exactly the same way as the find method. You pass it a function and the method will iterate over that array for you, and once your function checks each one of those elements and returns either a true or a false, if it returns a true, then the method stops and it returns, in this case, the index number of the array that it was iterating. If it continues to return false for all the methods, it will return -1 saying, hey, I couldn't find a single one. Want to see how it works? Let's get started. So to use the find index method on an array, you need an array. So I've got an array here. It has 9 different elements, and each element is an object that has 3 different properties: type, name, and class. So here is the find index method right here. And it takes actually it takes 2 arguments, but we're just going to really use the first argument here. The first argument that you're going to pass to it is the function, the callback function. And so what will happen is that find index will iterate through your array and pass each element of that iteration to your function. And your job is to do some sort of test to return either a true or a false. True meaning, hey, I matched this particular element, or false saying, nope, I didn't match this element. So what will happen if you return false, find index will just go to the next iteration. But if you return true, find index will stop at that point and it will return that variable into whatever you're assigning it to, in this case, my cat index. And then in my particular code here, I'm just going to print out the name of the cat in this particular case, basically getting the value off of the index. And that's all I'm really going to do there. So let's take a look at this function here real quick. This is the function. It takes actually 3 arguments. 3 arguments are passed to me. The element of the element that is being the element that is currently being looked at, the index number of the iteration within the array, and the array itself. Now I don't care about the index number, nor do I care about the array. So all I really care about is the animal itself. And I'm just doing an animal.type equals cat. So I should expect this, since cat is up here, I should expect this to say the zoo's cat is named Fluffy. You want to see if it does it or not? Sure you do. Let's go to node and type in node find index. Yep, the zoo's cat is named Fluffy. Hey, how about that? It actually worked. Now, earlier I said that if you return false, what find index will do is it will go to the next iteration and the next iteration and the next iteration until it exhausts the entire array. So what happens if the entire array is exhausted and you haven't done any kind of matching? Well, then what find index will return is a -1. And this kind of keeps in line with some of the other methods for arrays and for strings. Remember, arrays and strings are all indexed starting at number 0. So you can't return a 0 saying, hey, I've lost something, because 0 is a real index. So -1 is pretty much always returned within these kind of functions, like index of, for example, is a good example, where basically -1 says, hey, I wasn't able to find anything, so here's a -1 for you. So let's bring up some code. And let me show that to you here real quick. And so we still got the same cat one up here, but I'm going to do another find index here, but now I'm going to look for zebra. And if you take a look at my array here, there is no zebra. So I should expect it to come -1. So if it becomes a -1, then I'm going to say, sorry, but we have no zebras in the zoo. Otherwise, the zoo zebra is named whatever the zebra's name is. So I do not expect this to occur, but I do expect this to occur. You want to see it? Let's flip back over to node. Let's clear off the screen and type in node find index. The zoo cat is still named Fluffy, but yes, it says, sorry, we have no zebras at the zoo. And the reason for that is that we said if animal.type, I'll flip back over to the code here, we said animal.type is equal to zebra, and there are no zebras. So find index went through the entire array and came back to us as a -1. So that's what find index does. It returns to you the index of the element that the index of the array of the element that matches your function, matches whatever condition you put inside your function, or it returns a -1 if no matches occurred at all. And that's all there is to the find index method on arrays. I hope you enjoyed our video. Hope it didn't bore you to death. Please view all of our videos at www.boringjavascript.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or check out everything we have at www.thevirtualoid.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later.